गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन जय यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Together. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 6th chapter, verse number 11. Before going for recitation, we will read word to word so that it will be easier for all of us. Sphitan, very nourishing. Janpadan, metropolises. Tatra, there. Pura, towns. Grama, villages. Braja, big farms. Akaran, mineral fields or mines. Kheta, agricultural lands. Kharvata, valleys. Bati, flower gardens. Cha, and. Banani, forests. Upabanani, nursery gardens. Cha, and. Sphitan janpadam statra. Puragrama brajakaran. Kheta kharvata vatischa. Vanani upavanani cha. Sphitan janpadam statra. Puragrama brajakaran. Kheta kharvata vatischa. Vanani upavanani cha. Sphitan janpadam statra. Puragrama brajakaran. Kheta kharvata vatischa. Vanani upavanani cha. Sphitan janpadam statra. Puragrama brajakaran. Kheta kharvata vatischa. Vanani upavanani cha.
Sphitan janpadam statra.
Sphitan janpadam statra.
Puragrama brajakaran.
Puragrama brajakaran.
Kheta kharvata vatischa.
Kheta kharvata vatischa.
Vanani upavanani cha.
Vanani upavanani cha. One more devotee from online, if anyone wants.
Sphitan janpadam statra.
Sphitan janpadam statra.
Puragrama brajakaran.
Puragrama brajakaran.
Kheta kharvata vatischa.
Kheta kharvata vatischa.
Vanani upavanani cha.
Vanani upavanani cha. Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. After my departure, I passed through many flourishing metropolises, towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agricultural lands, valleys, flower gardens, nursery gardens, and natural forests. Purport: Man's activities in agriculture, mining, farming, industries, gardening, etc., were all on the same scale as they are now, even previous to the present creation, and the same activities will remain as they are. Even in the next creation, after many hundreds of millions of years, one creation is started by the law of nature, and the history of the universe repeats itself practically in the same way. The mundane wranglers waste time with archaeological excavations without searching into the vital necessities of life. After getting an impetus in spiritual life, Sri Narad Muni, even though a mere child, did not waste time for single movement with economic development. Although he passed towns and villages, mines and industries, he continually went on to a progressive spiritual emancipation. Srimad Bhagavatam is the repetition of history which happened some hundreds of millions of years ago. As it is said herein, only the most important factors of history are picked up to be recorded in this transcendental literature. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabhadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is a privilege given to me, although I do not deserve. So my sincere prayers to all the assembled Vaishnavas, my seniors, those who are present here or those who are hearing online. So my sincere gratitude to His Grace Madan Sundar Prabhu that he has created this service so that while doing so we become purified. And this is only possible when Vaishnavas bestows their blessings. So I request that whatever I speak is in parampara and it is nourishing to the hearts of all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So this is very special verse. I was trying to find out what can be done in this, because generally if you see, specific words are used here. Janapadan, metropolises; Pura, towns; Grama, villages; Braja, big farms; Akaran, mineral fields; Khet, agricultural lands; Kharvata, valleys; Bati, flower gardens; Vanani, forest; Ubbanani, nursery gardens. So if you see this verse, all these things has been described specifically. Nothing has been used randomly. Like when the word is used Janpada, so the very meaning of Janpad is, Jan means people and Pada means foot. So that place which is filled with the foots of people, which means population is very high. So for that Prabhupada has used what? Metropolises. And there are Pura. Pura means generally towns. But in our Vedic reference, sometimes it is also used for capitals, Rajdhani. So specific to Janpad, there were Puris, right? Like there was Magad province. So Magad province means the whole area of Bihar. From Mithila, when we come down, then that area starts. So that is Bihar, Magad. So province or Janpad is Magad. Then Puri or Pur would be Pataliputra, Patna. Like there was another province called Matsya Desh. In Mahabharata it is described. So for Matsya Desh, the province was Madras. Janpad was Madras. Okay. Nowadays we understand that Chennai or Madras itself is a capital, but previously it was called Madras. Madra Desh or Matsya Desh. So very first word used here is Janpada, and then in references to Janpad there is Pura. Pura means towns which are having less number of people. And then comes next unit. These are based on what? These are based on the number of people residing at that place. So then comes Gram. Gram, village. And when I was trying to read more or hear more, I came across the Tika or the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which is called Sararth Darshini. So in that, for this specific shloka, he describes in 4 lines different things. So there, I am taking things from there. So there he describes Janpadadinati yatah sanmahadvipana dvipanam adrakshmiti charthorthe anvaya tatra purani rajdhanya. So this is padya, this is gadya, prose, not a poem, so I cannot recite it, I can just read. So there he describes that Janpad means where people are living in crowded, high population, dense population. And then the reference to that Janpad was Puri. And then further he gave references from Bhragu. So he says, Bhragu prokta viprascha vipratyaschya yatra chaiva vashantite. Then he specifies what is Gram. So we all have heard in our life that it is told that Prabhupada had desired to create farms or Vedic villages which are Gram. So Gram, why specific to Gram? Because Gram is such a unit as per Vedic text that it is self-sufficient. When you will be saying self-sufficient? When there are all the necessities of life included. Like there should be some blacksmith for making vessels or some basic armors or some weapons. There should be a goldsmith, a person who makes some jewelry. There should be a what we call potter, or we call it kumar, the person who creates vessels, earthen pots. Then there should be a person who is there to protect that unit of village, which means at least a Kshatriya, his family. Then to guide that people of those villages, there should be at least a Brahman family. Now to run the economy of that village, there should be one Vaishya, mercantile class, who operates, who sells goods and also gives some loans if needed. So there should be a Vaishya, and also Sudras. Sudras means those who are helping all 3 upper class of people. Like if there is a Brahman who is taking care of a temple or some Vedic rituals, then you would have seen in the marriages or big functions, such specific peoples are required. Like for marriage there is a need of a barber, also a lady, she helps in doing certain things, cleaning and all, for a bride or groom. So when our Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad tells about Gram, then he specifies at least from Vipraha. Here is saying what? Viprascha, Viprabhratyascha, Yatra Chaiva Vasantite. Vasantite where they resides. Who resides? Bipra Bhratyascha, which means from up to the Bipra to the Bhratya. Who is Bhratya? Shudra. Then it would be called a self-sufficient unit, village. Correct? They have their own grains produced by mercantile class or Vaishyas. They have their blacksmith or goldsmith, potterman or whatever you say. Then they have their head, Brahmana, to guide them for rituals and also for spiritual emancipation. And they have also Kshatriya to protect when there is any harm. So in that way, Grama is self-sufficient unit. That's why Prabhupada wanted Vedic villages. So Gram is just not a common name. I just wanted to focus on this aspect that whenever any term or anything is used in our scriptures, then it is significant to certain aspects which we should always understand. Then he further says, Satugram iti proktah sudranam vas eva cheti braja gokulani. Then he also, it is told that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was always in the mood of, mellows, rasa. So he cannot avoid referring to Gokula. So here is referring that, okay, I have spoken about Grama. Satu Gramiti Prokta Shudra Nam Vas Eva Cheti. So where there Shudras are staying up to from Brahman to Shudra, that is called Grama. But then what is Gokula or Braja? Then he specifies Braja Gokulani Akra. Then he says that Braja is that place where many cattle are also there. In particular Gram, there could be that not too many cattle are there. But when we refers to Braja, Braja is also a Gram, village. So when he tells about Braja or Gokul, then he says Braja or Gokul is that place where many cattle are there, Pasu, along with people. And it's more prosperous compared to a Gram or village. Then he comes to the Akara. Akara is word specifically used for Ratna or gems, minerals. So he is saying that when Narad Muni is going toward north, then what is happening? He is going to all these places. Somebody can understand. Generally, where do we find gems or minerals? Anyone would like to share? From which place we generally get minerals? Caves, yes, and hills. And another side is ocean. Yeah, so ocean generally we get like pearls, gems, some minerals. But also we get through caves, like we have heard about Panna, very near to my hometown. Panna is a city in MP. It is famous for Panna itself, a Ratna gem, and also for diamonds. And then Golconda mine is also there near Hyderabad. That is also a Kolar gold mine. I am speaking about diamond mine, Golconda. Now it is closed. Previously it was used during British time. That is Golconda near Hyderabad. So that is specifically for diamonds. So through caves we used to excavate, different minerals, gems. So he is going through all these places. Now Akara, he describes Ratna Udyutpati Sthanani. So clearly he is saying what is Akara? Akara is that place from where we excavate gems, Ratna. Then he is speaking about Khetaha. Kheta means that place where agricultural farming is going on. Then Kharvata. Now Kharvat is also a very specific place. Kharvat is those places or those villages which are near to Giri also and Nadi also, Nadya. So he told Giri Tat Grama Bhragu Proktava Ekto Yatritu Gramo Nagaran Chaikata. So there he says that Kharvata is not general place. It is a place where people are living, but it is very near to valley and also very near to a river. So that is Kharvat. So when you will be moving towards, I was just thinking that when we move from this place, like this is one of the plateau, Pathar we call in Hindi, little higher than plains, but lower than mountains. So when we move from this part, like this is Vindhya range, Vindhya mountain or Nagpur Pathar we call. So from Vindhya range when we go towards Uttar, so generally people go towards north, what does it mean? They are going towards Himalaya. So you will get all these things, isn't it? You will get different villages, different Puri, different janpada, then mines also are there, and finally when you will be reaching there, then you will find some villages which are just on the end of the giri or mountain, and also just beside river bank, right? Those who have been to Badrinath, they know villages are like that, just on the shore of a bank of the river, but also at the hilly area. So he is moving towards that, and finally he is saying Vataya Pug Pushpa Vatika. So when he is using Vatischa, then he is again specifying. Then Vatish word is used for what? It is used for the gardens which are having flowers and some fruits also. In garden you will not only get fruits but also flowers. So flowers and fruits, that is called Vatika. Like Ashok Vatika in Lanka we hear. So that was specifically meant. And then he is coming to again very nice differentiation. Banani. Banani he has described Swatah Siddh Vraksh Samuha. So if you itself is sufficient. Swatah Siddh Vraksh Samuha. So Vraksh Samuha, which means group of trees, and Swatah Siddh means which have grown up automatically on its own. Nobody plants trees in the forest, isn't it? And those are very densely growing in the forest. So that is called Van. Now what is Upavan? So Upavan is a specific place where person, they have by their own interest planted the trees. So that is called Upavan. So he specifies that Upavanani means Ropit Vraksh Sangha. Vraksh Sangha means group of trees. Ropita means intensely, or for our own interest we have showed the seed and then trees are coming out. So now question comes, you all will be thinking why I am explaining these words. Now purport is hidden in these words itself. When I explained just few of these words in this sloka or verse, you came to know so many things, right? So much description is there of that time. Now if we come to the purport, men's activities in agriculture, mining, farming, industries, gardening, etc. were all on the same scale as they are now. Now how many of you will accept this? Prabhupada is directly saying whatever you see here, IT industry, iron industry, and so many things like this big projects, everything was already there in the previous ages. So nothing new. And then what he is saying, were all on the same scale as they are now, even previous to the present creation. What to speak of few years back or few yugas back, even previous to the present creation, which means this creation which is happening, 51st year of Brahma in this universe. He is saying before this creation itself, when Mahavishnu exhaled and this creation started, eggs like structure came out, golden eggs, which is called Brahmanda. Previous to the present creation also it all existed, and the same activities will remain as they are even in the next creation. Now so question comes, why Prabhupada is emphasizing on this point? Anyone would like to share some understanding on this, throw some light on this? Yes, Neeraj Prabhu.
So these things always remain same, so we don't have to invest more things over here, we have to go.
Yeah, this is the main lesson from this verse or these 4 verses, starting from 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. These 4 verses specifically describes his journey, a journey for the absolute truth. So he is passing through all the things, and it started with Tattenu Kampam Susamikchamano Bhunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Hridbag Bapurvir Vidadhan Namaste Jivet Yamukti Pade Sadaiva. Tattenu Kampam, it all started from the special mercy of Lord. What happened? His mother was bitten by a snake. The only solace or the shelter of a 5-year-old kid gone. So now he has to take another shelter, isn't it? So one person could think, हाय रे क्या हो गया ये, सारा जो भी भाग्य था सौभाग्य दुर्भाग्य में बदल गया, right? But from other perspective, what did he do? He took that as an opportunity. For what? For spiritual emancipation, Prabhupada says. And Narad Muni took this opportunity for what? Making his life successful, for his spiritual progress. So that's what we have to do in our own life also. Many times situation will come where we'll be forced to think, or we'll be shaken up to the roots that what is happening in my life, why this is happening. Like, I cannot give my own life examples, those are personal, but you would have seen, like Prabhupada, in his life, whatever he tried in India, it failed, utterly failed in initial days. He tried to work in a company, right? That failed. He was told that you cannot work here. Why? Because somehow he was also helping another company. Not helping, but he was having some connection with other company, and they were going to give him higher post and more salary. Then he was told that it is better if you leave. Then he thought, okay, this is good. He started his own company, Abhay Charan De Pharmacy he started, then Prayag Pharmacy he started there. Then what happened to that pharmacy? His own people cheated on him. He had kept some person for, taking care of that part, but he stole that money, and that whole factory was put on fire. He had a plan that he wanted to earn his whatever association he had in those years, especially 1930 to 35, 36. So that time, whatever association he had association of devotees, but those, all of them were what? Sannyasis. Sannyasi disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Maharaj. And challenge was, he could not quit. In Vedic culture, there is no tendency for quitting anything. He could not quit his responsibility, being a father, being a husband, and he was just in his 30s, late 30s. Now what could be done? He could not leave his responsibilities. So what he decided, that I'll earn money and that I'll use for propagating Krishna consciousness. That's how he took the instruction of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in initial years, that till the time I'm married, I cannot help the way they are propagating Krishna consciousness. But what happened? Krishna had ultimately the other plan. So in this way, he was, kind of told that this is not the way you are supposed to serve. And finally, when he decided, okay, again I'll move to Calcutta, I'll try something here and there. But what happened? There was zero support from his family, no support from her wife, neither from children. Then he had to take decision that now I have to move out. I'll have to take Vanprastha life. Otherwise, they are not becoming Krishna conscious. I am giving so much time and energy, but nothing is coming out. Now what to do? So he thought, okay, I'll go to Jhansi. So he started his own preaching, right? Devotees League. So in his life, when that factory was put on fire, he specifically mentioned that this was a special mercy on me. And he quotes one verse from 10th canto. Yasyaham anugrahanami harishye tadhanam sanai tato dhanam tejanti yasya swajana dukkha dukkhitam. So there he mentions that when Krishna imparts special mercy on his devotees, what does he do? He not only withdraws the shelter, ultimate shelter of that person or devotee, he shakes him in such a way that now he has to find another shelter. And since he is a devotee of Lord, who would be the ultimate shelter? Krishna. So in Prabhupada's life we can see Swajana dukkha dukkhitam and also tato dhanam tejanti asya. That yasyaham anugrahanami harishye tad dhanam. Dhire dhire kya karte hain? Harishye tad dhanam sanahi. Sanahi means slowly. Harishye, which means he just withdraws. He takes away all the belongings, all the property, wealth from that devotee. And tato dhanam tejanti asya. And as soon as that wealth, that money goes away from that person, swajana dukkha dukkhitam, also the near dear ones goes away. So that's what happened. They were not paying proper respect to Prabhupada. If you read Leelamrit, he writes that his they were not respectful towards him. Why? Because for them he was a failure. He was not earning in such a way that he could fulfill the needs of the family nicely. So that's what had happened, and Prabhupada quoted this verse, that this was a special mercy on me. So Prabhupada took one Prabhupada disciple says that Prabhupada took this as an opportunity. What opportunity? An excuse. That okay, tea or me. So when he had to decide tea or me, so this was an excuse for Prabhupada. Generally it doesn't happen in this way. You will not read anywhere, tea or me, and person leaves. But Prabhupada took this as an opportunity because his mind was already focused that I had to serve instruction of my Guru Maharaj. So same in the life of Narad Muni. When his mother died, he immediately understood that I have to now take shelter of Krishna. This is a special arrangement by Krishna. 5-year-old boy, people cannot walk properly. They cannot go out of his home, some boundary, few hundred meters away. And now he is traveling through the dense forests, different cities, metropolises, agricultural lands, farming mines. For what? Looking for that absolute truth. And this is how he took this special instruction of Lord within the heart. So Prabhupada writes this, that if you read second last paragraph, after getting an impetus in spiritual life, Sri Narad Muni, even though a mere child, did not waste time for a single moment with economic development. Although he passed towns and villages, mines and industries, he continually went on to progressive spiritual emancipation. So this is what Prabhupada is saying, that this creation has been going on again and again and again. Kal is called, therefore in our Vedic culture, Kal or time is not linear. It's a circular entity, which means it repeats itself. How does it repeat? Anyone knows? How Kal repeats itself? Time repeats itself? Anyone would like to share? It's very easy. We all have read multiple times in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. How time is cyclic, not linear. If somebody asks you to prove, how would you prove? Okay, in one's life we can see Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. After Vyadhi, Jara, what it is? Death. And after that, what is there? Birth, again. So in one's life we can see. Now how at the scale of universe you can see? I just told. At the scale of this universal creation, how we can understand it's a circular entity, not a linear. Repetition, it's happening. Yeah, first thing starts repetition of 4 yugas. It's a cycle. Prabhupada writes again and again. Satyug, Dwapar, Treta and Kali Yuga. And this is a cycle. When 4 cycles combine together called Mahayuga or Chaturyuga. And when such 1000 cycle happens, then what happens? One day of Brahma, right? So this is cyclic, and every year passes like that. Even to our understanding, how does it happen for us? You start working on Monday, bad Monday, we have to go to office, start working, and it ends on Friday with night party. What after Saturday, Sunday, what? Again? Working, labor, right? Sophisticated laborers we become. I used to work. So we are laborers, but it's a cyclic. January, February, March, April, up to December again, January. All the seasons, right? Ritu, seasons, those are same. Again get repeating itself. So this is, in this way it is a circular, cyclic, right? So main lesson out of it should be that whether you be the part of this universal creation or not, whether other important thing happens or not, it will keep on going. Now it is your duty, you want to come out of it or not. That's what Prabhupada is saying in first 3 lines. Man's activities in these were all on the same scale as they are now. even previous to the present creation, and the same activities will remain as they are even in the next creation. So what is new? There is nothing new in this creation. After many hundreds of millions of years, one creation is started by the law of nature. Why the law of nature? Who desired this material creation? By whose desire this creation is happening? It's a very good question. By whose desire this creation is happening? Lord's desire or Jiva's desire? Living entities. Please tell me. How living entity? Generally it is told that Krishna is Swarat, Supreme Person. By His free will everything happens. But now why we are saying it is living entity's desire? Yes. Yes, because we are trying to enjoy separately. Anandadan Prabhu told. And while trying to enjoy separately, we are getting frustration, dukh, unlimited, no calculation. Since time immemorial we are getting. It's like beating again and again and again and again. Nothing is coming out. So in this way we can understand that this is not Lord's desire. Because people generally, atheists ask, if Krishna has created, if some God has created this creation, then why there is bad? Right? Why there is bad things? Why there is sorrow? Why there is pain? Because He is all good, right? Then why there is bad in this creation? Because this is our desire. Prabhupada says this creation is happening because of desire of living entity. Now Krishna is magnanimous, merciful. So by His sweet will, He is fulfilling the desire of that living entity. Okay, now you want to enjoy, try it. And in this way this creation is happening again and again and again. And unfulfilled desires in the heart of a living entity going inside Mahavishnu at the end of creation and again coming out when creation is starting. So this is going on, going on, going on, going on. Some person initially becomes Brahma, A Brahma Bhavanar Loka, Puniravartano Arjuna. Punaravarti, Avarti means itself cycle. A Brahma Bhavanar Loka. So as soon as that Jiva is having that credit up to Brahma, he becomes Brahma. Some entity is becoming Brahma and someone is becoming an ant, cheetah. But what is happening? We are taking birth again and again and again. So Prabhupada is not saying that we all have to join Brahmachari ashram now. What to do? Again marriage, again responsibility of a job. But he is just making a striking point in our consciousness that we have to now decide that do we want to come out of this cycle? Because whether you remain or not, this creation will go on continually. Now it's our desire, what do we want to do? And then he is saying, the mundane wranglers waste time with archaeological excavations without searching into the vital necessities of life. Now what are the vital necessities of life? You tell me. When Corona came, what were you looking for? Food. Clothing was even secondary. You could wrap your body because nobody is there to see, because you cannot go out. You are inside. But what is the basic need which was there? Food. If there could have been any struggle, that would be only for food. I remember we were staying in Blue Ridge that time, Tower 30, 1904, 19th floor. The only thing for which we have to depend upon or to think that now we have to interact outside the world, that was for what? Food. Vegetables, grocery, milk. If we were self-sufficient in a village, we were producing our own products, there was no necessity to depend on. Gaurang Prabhu says very famous thing. We visited GV in 2022. So there he was saying that he could not understand the vision of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, why he had focused so much on this Vedic village. Initially when they started in 2008, he was thinking, Maharaj foreign के हैं, थोड़ा गाय बछड़ा बांध देंगे, थोड़े खेत में थोड़े फ्लावर उगा देंगे, फ्रूट उगा देंगे, खुश हो जाएंगे महाराज. तो उनको लगा भगवान महाराज का विलेज का मतलब है कि थोड़ा सा गाय बछड़ा, थोड़ा एक झोपड़ी बना देंगे, थोड़ा गार्डन बना, हो गया, क्या चाहिए महाराज को. But now when a person visits, he sees what it is there. Everything for the need of a person to live independently, self-sustainably practicing nicely spiritual life, everything is there. So he told, when Corona came, then I understood. After 4, 5, 6 months, a year later, we were happy in our own world. We were not depending on anything, on anyone outside. Then I understood what was Prabhupada's plan, what was Maharaj's plan. So this is a power of spiritual life. If you just depend on Krishna, then whole Govardhan eco village is centered around what? Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Bihari. Everything happening is there to for what? Facilitate deities. And Tadiya also, Tadiya means paraphernalia or relatives of Lord, which means devotees, cows, calves, all the animals. So in that way they were being protected, served. But center was Krishna. And everything happened very nicely. There was no case, no issues, nothing. So there he was saying that certain things we cannot understand. So necessities of life includes, very first thing is health. Health comes from quality of grains, food and water what we take. If water is not having prana, oxygen, then so many diseases happen. And that's what we are facing in this metropolises, in cities, politician, what we call metropolis cities like Pune. So much, there were so many rivers, Pune is called Punya Nagari. That word Pune has come from Punya. Pune means Punya Nagari, Pune. Why Punya Nagari? So many saints has happened here. All the tirthas are just nearby. Right? Including what? Anandi, Dehu, Pandharpur and Chokhameda's place nearby Mahabaleshwar. So many saints used to go through this place. So it was called Punya Nagari. Always kirtan and bhajan going on. But now what is happening? We are struggling for drinking water. Devotees and people staying in Sangria megapolis know what is the value of water. Because generally we flush in the toilet for what? To make us feel refreshed, so that that dirty smell goes away. But what happens here we know, when we flush, very, very bad smell comes, right? Why? That water they are trying to recycle. They are saying we are helping nature, not by saving water or reusing water given by Krishna, collecting rainwater or doing some rainwater harvesting. They are saying whatever you use, we are trying to reuse. But what do we produce once we use? It's whole waste, right? Whatever comes out of body is waste only. And they are saying that we are reusing it. How can you reuse? The cyclic order which Krishna has created, you cannot replicate it. Krishna has produced a cow. She eats grass. Then she produces manure in terms of cow dung. That cow dung helps our soil to become fertile, and on that soil whatever comes as a side product when we do agriculture, some grasses which are food for cow. This is a 100% what? Reusable cycle, right? But what we are doing, we are saying we are reusing, and who is suffering now? Those who stay in Sangre, they will be understanding. When we flush in the toilet, the smell comes is so bad that we want to just come out. So that's what produced by us. So that's why Prabhupada is saying wranglers waste time with archaeological excavations to prove what? Previously it was here this, Harappa Sambhita, you would have heard, Harappa Sambhita उन्होंने खोज के निकाला 2000 साल पहले. अरे आपने lesson क्या लिया उससे? What is your learning out of it? No learning. They are just saying that we have excavated, we have now found. But what is the lesson now? You are not implementing even a single thing. There it was told that they had separate area for what? Separate area for toilets, urinations. But how are we using? We are creating inside our home, and that's creating issues. You are using all. Why water is getting dirty? Primary reason is, Madan Sundar Prabhu was once sharing that our day starts with a pap. How does it start? Generally stool and urine are not supposed to put into water, because once you put into water, now you need to dispose that water where? In the open. And when such a small quantity of water of multiple people living at a nearby place will be collected, now it will become what? A sewage. Now that sewage, where would you leave? Automatically water goes to low potential. Those grounds where